forest. The amount of rain you see that comes up there is more than where any of you are. Actually, how big he was. Big old warrior. Took over the Hawaiian Islands with his army. I think they tried to make a movie about him. I don't know. Well, have you ever been to a Chinatown before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, Chinese vendors, fruits, random, market, like vegetables, meats, trinkets. But other than that, the visitor center is free. There you go, you can see it down below. And our sports stadium there, that's Aloha Stadium. So that's where we host the NFL Pro Bowl and the University of Hawaii's games. Called the Rust Bucket by nickname. Sounds kind of bad, but think about it, like the first stadium was the Termite Palace, so Rust Bucket's better than termites. It's an upgrade. And the stadium parking lot is where the swap meet's held. That's every Wednesday and weekends. Well, tomorrow. Yeah, it happens, yeah. So I mentioned go in the morning because it's a parking lot with no shade. Just like if you climb Diamond Head, go in the morning too, no shade. And the sun this time of year, it's pretty intense, don't underestimate it. We get direct sunlight at the end of this month. That means the sun's gonna be, for one day, above our heads with no shadows on trees or anything. We're at southernmost U.S. state, so here we're at 20 degrees latitude. We're at the same par as if you were in Mexico City, Puerto Rico, or if you go this way, Hong Kong. So, that's where we're out on the planet. We're right underneath the, what do you call it, the Tropic of Cancer. You don't want to make it the Tropic of Skin Cancer. As you can tell, I get people from all over the earth here on these tours. I usually get about 4 or 5 countries a day, and everybody comes here. We're like called the crossroads of the Pacific. Everybody meets here. As long as I understand the language, which is not always, I usually hear the same conversation no matter what combination of people. And what it comes down to is somebody's like, how long was your flight? And somebody, the closest would be from the west coast of the U.S. or Canada, 5.5 hours. Or Tahiti. If you're going to go to Tahiti, that's 5 hours behind us. But that's it. The next part of the travelers would probably be from India or Holland. That is pretty far. Well, I was telling some people earlier, my farthest ever is I had a lady one day from Botswana, Africa. She traveled 41 hours to get here. Flying time, too, not layover. I thought I'd feel sorry for her, but I remember her. And I guess the majority of them were blow-up dolls, too. So you gotta get the storm eggs, at least they look human. Pearl Harbor, from our best viewpoint here, well, past the storage building here, you'll see the water. Where you go as a visitor is behind the little bridge on the left there. That's the national park. But the rest of the harbor, you won't see unless you're in the U.S. Navy. It's still a Navy base since 1888. Now, if you keep going out here, the climate changes a lot. Today we have microclimates. You got 250, 300 inches a year on the mountain right here up to the middle of the island. North Shore tours that I talk to people that have already been on some, I guess a lot of them are almost the same. You're pretty much on a big bus all day, and you get out about 10-15 minutes here and there, and that's it, pretty much. You drive by the North Shore, not really stop. And I guess those are good for some people, but this one's just about the opposite, where you're actually barely on the bus. You're just there, here, the ride there and back, and in between warm and not as warm. That's the 2 seasons of the year. I like that better. I went to time hotter than hell. So, we're pretty easy going when you think of it like that. You might see some funny characters through here, who knows. historically, what's famous around here is about a mile this way is Hawaii Stonehenge, which is a stone circle that Native women used to birth their children inside to anoint them as the royal class of people here. But you're lucky to meet a native Hawaiian person. There's so few now. They did a recount recently. They counted now less than 6,000 full-blooded Native Hawaiians in the world. That even included the 9th island. They put in that one this time. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but number 9 is called Las Vegas. It is. It's our largest dumping grounds. Apparently there's more Hawaiian restaurants there than here. But yeah, there's not too many of the native people. I'm not a native Hawaiian just because I'm born here. You have to be of the indigenous race. And most people nowadays are a quarter or less Hawaiian because we are called the mixing bowl. We're reputedly the most mixed culture in the world behind Brazil. Here we have most people have blend. Like my friend Frank, he's heavy into his Hawaiian lineage. He's got his Hawaiian flag on the back of his car, but he's really 6 ethnicities. So it's a small part of him. I'm not going to tell him that, but his kids, not even going to be able to do that. His wife happens to be 9 different ethnicities. He's not. So their children are actually 15 cultures. Wow. So that's where we're ahead of the world.
Wow.
That's why you find weird food combinations here. Puerto Rican food in a Hawaiian restaurant. People just kind of like, what? Well, that's it. That's how it is here. So depends. But the cultures that have been here for a long time and intermixed do. There's a lot. What happened is in the sugar and pineapple days, people came here to work and they stayed and had children from all over the world. And those cultures eventually worked out their differences and just mixed within. Chest high, which isn't that big, but that's nothing abnormal this time of year because surf season is over. And actually how it works is November through April is big waves, and then the rest of the year it can be as flat as a lake up here. But you've heard of the legendary surf most likely, and the surf that does hit up here can get it taller than these trees. Every year it gets about 40 foot on the face. That's huge, but 1998, the biggest ridden up here by a surfer was 75 foot on the face. Yeah. But right now, small and getting smaller as we go through the year here. That's how it works. So today, surfing is a small part of this tour, even though it is called the Surf Class, because surfing is a skilled sport. Getting out there, if you don't know how, is like suicide. This is where the pros go, the sharp reefs. If you don't know how, but you would like to learn, this company doesn't conduct lessons, but we know a company up here that does, and we can bring you to them. That would charge $75 a person one-on-one training. I mean, if you are interested in that, we have to call that in early. But if you do know how to surf and you want to catch a few waves on this tour, we'll figure that out. Otherwise, there's a little bit of something for everybody, as you can see. There are things here on the tour you don't even have to get in the ocean if you don't want to. So, a little bit of something for all. So anyway, held it the hour and a half over here. This town has lots of restaurants and shops and great live music, shave ice, fun town if you just want to walk through and stroll and check out things like that. And since you plan your day out, it's up to you to figure out when you want to fit lunch in your day. Selection-wise, the afternoon break here has the largest selection of restaurants because it's the only town up here. But if it works out better that you eat in the morning break, do that. It's up to you. But and I'll give you my advice on that as well a little bit. But here, the town starts, and it's famous for a lot of things. But lunch trucks are famous through here. A lot of them serve shrimp, other items. You know, some people they say, well, take me to the shrimp truck. There's about 15 of them, so it just depends on which one you want to get. There's a ton of them. You know, it's a big theme up here. This is the outskirts of Haleiwa. There's not that much in this area you're going to like too much. It's kind of not so interesting here. Further up more is the town. But one shrimp truck that seems to be making a lot of noise is this one on the left here. I think they were on Hawaii Five-0, someone told me. So they're probably the most famous right now. And there's, you know, others. There's some Cajun food here, a variety. If you're a vegetarian, there's only one vegetarian restaurant in the town. So where that is the brown building to our left. It's in the health food store back there. But this is what I call the outskirts of the town, meaning that how to get over here is you can just take a little 5-minute walk across this field in front of us, or I can give you a lift over here, no problem. But this is, most of the town's straight ahead. So with afternoon break, what most people do if they're just in the town is they eat lunch. And you go wherever you like for that. I mean, I'll get into the recommendations later, but it's too much information for now. The other option though, as you see up here, it says paid lunch. How you get a paid lunch on this tour is if you don't use your equipment by the second break, you have leftover equipment, nothing else you want to use it for, cash it in for free lunch. We go to a lunch truck that serves 3 options. They have steak, shrimp, or fish plates. And we call it in for you, so when you get over there, it should be ready or about ready. It's kind of like the safety net on the tour for leftover equipment, cash it in for lunch. But otherwise, if you've used all your equipment and it's this time of the second break here, just go wherever you like to eat. That's how the paid lunch option is. This is, you know, some of the town here, just a little preview, but if you're going to stroll it in the afternoon break, eat and shop or whatever you want to do, you might want to know that third of the businesses through here probably are cash only. So I would say it's good to have cash on hand. There are ATMs and banks and all that, so definitely there is ways around that. Got 2 buses out today here. But if you're going to do this in the afternoon break, what we do, we have a meeting spot, and it's at the live music. The live music is done by an incredible family called the Ron Artis Family Band. Don't get that name confused with the basketball player. This is Ron Artis. He was the keyboardist in the 80s for Michael Jackson and Prince and Van Halen and a whole bunch of famous people. Pretty much you name it, he played with them. He died 2 years ago unexpectedly. This is him in the picture, Ron. He left behind his 11 children. It's a lot of kids. That's what they do for a living. Yeah. Unique situation. This town is also famous for shave ice shave ice machine. Not a snow cone, because what a shave ice is you get ice cream on the bottom of the cup, then ice shave ice machine, then syrup on top. So it's probably like the calories of 3 snow cones or something. But this town's full of them. You know, more on that later. But you get the idea. This is the town. If you're going to do this in the afternoon, you know, have all this to check out. If you're more active in the afternoon, you might want to go kayaking or stand-up paddling up the river. And the river is these people's backyard. It is an easy river to do either sport, so if you've never done kayak or stand-up paddle and you want to, it's easy to learn. I'm going to be honest and say that most people don't last an hour and a half doing that because it's some work. So most people last about 45 minutes or so, and if you want to quit early, you might want to note that this is the river. It's 10 minutes walking from the music spot I just showed you. So if you want to, do both in the afternoon, no problem. As soon as we can get over here, I'll show you the river. If you are thinking of doing those sports, though, eat in the morning break, because of the fact that there's only an hour and a half time in this part of the tour, and if you have to wait in line somewhere, cram food down your throat, hurry up and paddle up a river, you're looking at more stress than you need. Yeah. So here is the river right here. It's nice and scenic. You can go up here either kayaking or stand up, and there's a lot of turtles that swim in here. But yeah, eat in the morning if you're going to do that. That way you don't stress out. This town gets real busy in the afternoon. that's that. Then there is surfing available for those who know how to do it already out here on the left. And the waves are pretty small. I don't think they're any bigger than Waikiki today. But there is a little bit to offer out there. That's called Puena Point. That's the smallest North Shore waves. Alright, so that's the afternoon. So everything I just showed you, it takes place about 1:30 or 2 o'clock. We'll be back here later for about an hour and a half. But did anybody have any questions about that part of the day? Huh? Tickets? No tickets. Oh, Lani Kea. More on that later. I'm sure he doesn't drive that car. Don't get too excited anyway. I'm up here like 4 or 5 times a week, and I've never seen him in my life, so I doubt you will. Be maybe like 4 areas or activities you'll be most excited to do. Waimea Beach is one of the locations. Waimea is the nicest North Shore beach. It's the only North Shore beach that has a sandy bottom, so that means it's the only place you'd want to swim on the North Shore here. Has a jumping rock picture. I think you can do that. It's always up to the lifeguard, but it's a 20-foot cliff jump. It's free. You can do that as many times as you want. Second location is Valley is a state park. It's got a small waterfall, botanical gardens, and ancient Hawaiian sites. There should be at least some tide pools available for snorkeling. And also there's a great bike path through this part of the North Shore. The shaded tree tunnel, and it goes by all the famous surf sites you've ever heard about. Like Pipeline and Sunset. But yeah, those are the main things you're going to probably be into this morning. And I'll show you it all. What you'll see as soon as we get up to the top of this hill here is Waimea Pool, but let's check it out here. This is Waimea. Yeah. The jumping rock closest to us. There are basically some sand slider waves, meaning you probably wouldn't need a bodyboard here, but you could if you just want to fool around on one. Current is stronger than it looks. North Shore's current is a lot stronger than Waikiki. Nice place to be a beachgoer. So that's Waimea there. If you want to rent the bikes, which is popular on this tour, the bike ride, you can go as far as here, Waimea, or all the way to Sunset Beach, which is from here 3.3 miles up. We get them from a surf shop, the bikes. But what I'm getting at is if you find yourself pumping up this hill behind us and working real hard, you know you did something wrong. We're not trying to do that to you. It's easy biking. Just giving you a preview, but this is Waimea Beach here. It's a full facility park, which means it's got showers and changing rooms and a lifeguard and picnic tables and chickens. Yeah. We have had a lot of theft problems here at Waimea, and mainly with the bikes. Theft's really high in Hawaii, if you didn't know. I just had my car broken into last week, and it's terrible. Lost $500 worth of stuff. So that's just my personal life, and here stuff gets stolen all the time, mainly bikes, because on this tour they come with locks, but some people just don't listen, and they just like leave it on the beach or something and it's gone. So if you come here on a bike, there isn't a bike rack, and that might be part of the problem, but these silver poles, good place to lock a bike, or this chain right here. Just if you're thinking bikes and coming here, just a little heads up on that. This t-shirt guy here is where I pick up right in front of here. If you're going to be here at the end of the morning, it's more than one place I pick up, but this is one of them. It's an easy place for me to pull up and we can see each other. And again, what you can do here is the rocks over there, you can jump off, you can swim, be a beach goer. You might not want to be here your whole 3 hours, but it's a nice place to think of that you can combine with most morning activities. So I'll show you. Great combination is just right across the street is the Valley. And that's a state park. It's got the waterfall and all that. But because it is a state park, that's why it counts as one of your equipment pieces here is this waterfall pass. because it's $15 to enter per person in that park if you pay them. But here on the tour, you can instead use your equipment as paid entry into the park. So it does count as equipment. Or if you would like, we have vouchers here that are $12.50, a little cheaper than their door price if you wanted to upgrade. So it's a 50-foot falls in there. It's got swimming underneath it. 50 feet would be a little higher than these bottom power lines. Nice though, it's got over 6,000 varieties of plants in there. It's a world-class botanical garden. They have ancient Hawaiian village sites in there, and so it's a big park. So if you're interested in all that, that might be your whole 3-hour morning in there. This is the valley. But if you wanted to go to the beach afterward, I'll show you how it's easy to combine them. Let's just not go down there 6 slow speed bumps right now. So I'm just giving you a preview here. So let me just explain it from here. It's moving faster. The back of this road is the visitor center, and from there to the waterfall is 30 minutes of hiking on a paved path. So it doesn't matter if you're wearing shoes or not even, you know, it's a simple path like a sidewalk. But to have a good time in here, you want to at least give yourself about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you wanted to go to the beach afterward, all you got to do is walk from the visitor center, which is the back of this road, to here. It's 10 minutes. If you look behind us, there's a white wooden pedestrian bridge, and that's how you get over to Waimea Beach from the valley. If you're in here and you're hungry, there's a restaurant. And if you want the best combination of the whole morning, I would say do the bike ride and do the valley. The bikes cannot go past their visitor center, but you can hike, and there is enough time in your 3 hours if you want, you know, to kind of explore the whole region up here. There isn't much bike path in this area, but I'd say the sidewalk on the left is fine. Up ahead here, if you just want to walk around places, you might want to note that up here to the left is a shortcut through the beach from this end, right here. That comes in handy if you're going to do snorkeling and combine it with Waimea, because the snorkeling areas are only 10 minutes walk up this way, or more like down, if you're coming from the other direction. If you are going to bike and you're not a confident bike rider, you might want to walk in this small section on the left because it's only the shoulder of the road, but the bike path begins right up here at the next telephone pole on the left. Right here, 3 Tables Beach. Up here at the stoplight is a grocery store, and it's nothing special, but it has a deli and a sushi bar and a coffee shop inside if you're looking for anything to eat in the morning here. It's there if you need it. It's nothing special, but there is here a restaurant called Sharks Cove Grill. They have breakfast till 11, lunch, good food, prices are decent. Oh, and the chickens will hang out with you while you eat too. They have chicken on the menu. I've been wondering about that. I'm just kidding. Anyway, this is the surf shop where all morning equipment comes from. So bikes, snorkel gear, bodyboards. Well, not really a need for bodyboards today, but yeah. This is Fielding here. He's going to give us an update on snorkeling. Good morning.
How are you? Welcome to the North Shore, you guys. My name's Fielding. And I'll be taking care of you guys if you guys would like to do any snorkeling or bike riding today. The snorkeling is kind of confined to a tide pool area. It's a little rough out in the main ocean, just because there's not much waves. There's a little bit of wind, making it a little bumpy and lumpy out there on the ocean. But if you guys did want to get inside the tide pool area, it offers actually a lot of small, colorful reef fish. In here, it's pretty nice. And as the day goes on, the tide's on its way in, so the water level in there will fill up a bit, and it's much nicer when there's a little bit more water in there. Also, we have a lot of bikes available. If you guys would like to do a bike ride up and down the bike path, really cool bike paths, kind of all shaded and stuff, and it's really neat. You can check out all the beaches. Go for a swim. Most of the beaches would be open for swimming Because there's not much waves today. So you guys could take a bike ride and go for a swim up at Sunset Beach or something like that. That'd be another neat thing to do, you know what I mean? I'll let you guys think about it, and hopefully we'll see you when you get back.
The island is here on the left. When it's doable, that's Sharks Cove right here. That is dangerous right now because of the sharp rocks and waves. But yeah, good when it's open. Here on the left here is a shaded tree tunnel bike path. So from here up, it's all off the road in this tunnel of trees all the way to Sunset Beach. And between here and there is all beach behind these trees and all the famous surf breaks you've ever heard about, including Pipeline. We're going to do that right now. We're going to go to there, use the restroom at Pipeline. But if anything else up here, I'd say take a bike. Shoot. There's no private beaches in all of Hawaii, so every beach access is public along here, and you can just cut through and check out the empty beaches. Everybody's at work, so you kind of got them to yourself. That's your morning there. That's your whole day actually. So that's everything. That's pretty much it there. Let's see over here. Let's see, safety of your valuables, concern on the tour, of course. Yeah, you don't, common sense, don't leave your wallet and your jewelry on the beach and go away. That would go away quick. But on this bus, if you need to use it as a place to store your stuff and you don't need access in and out, it's fine during your break. It's safe and secure in here. The other option is the lockers there at the surf shop. They now started charging $5. I don't know. I think if you want to save that, the only thing that's further in front of us that would be of any interest to you would be Ted's Bakery. It's famous for its chocolate cream pies. Might be a little early for that, but you guys are on vacation and different time zones, so it's probably maybe different to you. That would be up here to the right, about a quarter mile. Besides that, the highway, of course, goes over the top of the island to the east side, but this is the end of North Shore.
loose.
Yeah,